Fall marks the start to cold and flu season, and with COVID looming in our community, doctors say it can be hard to tell if that scratchy throat and cough are just a seasonal sickness or something more serious. Is someone in your life coughing and sneezing more lately? It's happening in our newsroom for sure. It could be signs of COVID, but it could be just the common cold.
We spoke with doctors about how you can tell the difference and when it's time to get tested for COVID. Vanessa Perez is here in studio to give us that breakdown. Vanessa.
Doctors say it can be hard to tell if you have the flu or COVID. It's also the same story for a cold because those symptoms are almost exactly the same as COVID.
Dr. Robert Lichfield works at the urgent care at Providence. He says more people are coming into the clinic during the pandemic.
Almost any symptom could be COVID, and so that's been a very common motivation or drive for folks to come in and be seen and be tested.
But it could be allergies or a cold too. In this graph, you can see allergies tend to last longer. Usually you won't have a fever, no body aches or chills. With a common cold, it's mostly a runny nose, cough, almost always fatigue. Sometimes there's a fever, but it's not quite as common. And the flu?
People describe it as it hits them like a ton of bricks, and they're quite ill with influenza. Almost always fever, terrible body aches and chills and shakes.
With people wearing masks or stuck at home, flu cases dropped dramatically last year. Dr. Lichfield thinks there's more of a drive to be vaccinated against COVID and the flu during the pandemic.
This year there is some flu that's kind of brewing in the Midwest and in some places in the country, but really not raging per se. But we're expecting at least I'm expecting some flu this year, hopefully not a bad flu season.
Dr. Lichfield says if you think you have COVID symptoms, it's a good idea to get tested. Doctors say they tend to normally see a surge in respiratory illnesses after the holiday season.
Enjoy the holidays safely and get immunized, wear masks, distance, and I think a big piece of us getting through this pandemic is going to be to hang together and to all do our best to help each other not get sick.
If you haven't gotten the COVID or flu shot, Dr. Lichfield says now's the time to do it. COVID vaccines are available for everyone 5 years and older. Reporting in the studio, Vanessa Perez, 4 News Now.